All right. Pretty good week picking the games. I can't complain about what happened. I did kind of sort of luck out with the Pats and Colts that last second comeback, and I got back on top in the league. So not too bad. Let's see, what did I do? I had 5 losses. I think 10-5. So I'll take that, man. I will absolutely take that. Now, kick things off. Panthers Falcons. I can't believe I forgot this, but home field counts for so much when NFC South teams face each other. I kind of brushed this game off. I kind of thought, well, the Falcons are just a better team, but I forgot about that home field element because, Carolina was playing at home, and that means a lot to these teams in these games. So I missed the boat on that, and Carolina pretty much ran all over Atlanta with Williams and Stewart. Jake has not thrown a pick in 3 straight games, I think it is, which is awesome. And I think Carolina got a little lucky with Matt. Michael Turner was playing awesome before he got hurt. Obviously, Carolina got a little lucky with him getting hurt. They got a little lucky with the Elam shank, but the bigger issue here is that Matt Ryan has quietly been very mediocre this year. He's worse than he was last year by quite a bit. He may struggle to break 3,000 passing yards on the season. He's struggling to keep his touchdowns higher than his interception total. It's really been kind of a bad year for him. He's not coming along like a lot of people thought he would. And that really hurt them in this game more than anything else, in my opinion, because injuries are going to happen, missed field goals will happen, but Ryan really needs to step it up. Bucks Dolphins, you know, I think this Miami team is well coached. I do, but they tried their hardest to blow this game, just like they blew the Colts game, just like they blew the Saints game. They tried to blow this game. The interception at the end by Henne was an awful throw, but they should never have been throwing in that situation. Almost blew a splendid effort all around from the whole team. And, they got the benefit of that weird Jason Taylor pick that I didn't know exactly what was going on there. I thought, maybe that's a fumble. It looked like he was down. I don't know what to think of that, but I'm not so sure about that one. You know, I think they kind of lucked out there. Ronnie Brown got hurt. That sucks. Sounds like he'll be out for a while. I don't know if Miami can finish with a winning record now. The Ronnie Brown thing, that's going to be ugly. But they got Ricky Williams, and Ricky's having a great year, and nobody really seems to notice. But give it up to Josh Freeman. He had a solid game. Winslow, 100 yards receiving. I mean, obviously Freeman needs to learn how to hold on to the ball, but he arguably shouldn't even be out there anyway. So you got to take what you can get, right? Vikings Lions, God. Minnesota never really opened up never really stepped on the gas like I thought they would eventually, but they still won handily. Peterson had a big game. It's a game like this where I think you should keep Favre's attempts to a minimum, and they really didn't do that. He threw 29 times. I would try and keep that number down below 20 in a game like this when he obviously doesn't need to throw. I would keep it as low as possible, but it seems like they're trusting him to hold up this whole season, and I'm not totally sure I'm on board with that. But only time will tell. Sidney Rice, huge freaking game. Dude's a monster. I actually started following him on Twitter recently because he's a breakout stud, and kind of interesting to see the stuff he has to say. But the fumbles, man. The elite running backs in this league supposedly almost never fumble. Tomlinson went years without fumbling for a while. I think Portis very rarely fumbles. Alexander didn't fumble very often when he was in his prime. The elite running backs in this league are part of the job description is not fumbling very much, and Peterson hasn't figured it out yet. So I don't know what's going on, but it it's bad. I mean, I don't know if it's a technique thing or what, but Tiki Barber used to do the same thing and he fixed it. So I gotta believe Peterson can fix it, but make it happen. Oh, this one really impressed me. Bengals 18, Steelers 12. The Bengals have had to put up with a lot of doubters lately. People questioning their wins, people questioning how good they are. And you know what? Now we know that they're just the best team in that division, and they should win that division. I've seen the excuses from the Pittsburgh fans. I have about how, well, I don't really think they're the better team, but you know what? I don't care. They've swept the series. They very much deserve this win. They're a game up in the division, technically 2 games. Um, they took away the running game. They shut down the Pittsburgh offense pretty much the whole game. They got the big special teams play when they needed it. Obviously, both offenses struggled. I mean, they didn't play great. Neither team played great. Neither team brought their best game to the here, but Cincinnati avoided turnovers. Cincinnati got a big special teams play. Excuse me. They got more quarterback pressure, and they fully deserve this one. There's no way around it now, and I really didn't see any way Pittsburgh was going to lose this game. If they were the better team, they would have won. I really do believe that because of the way that they lost the first game and really the way they needed to win to keep pace in the division. But as far as I'm concerned, Cincinnati, the division, go take it. It's yours. You're the better team. Titans, Bills. I am so terrified of this Titans team right now. For any of you gamblers out there, do not bet against the Titans for the rest of the year. Just stay away. Chris Johnson is quickly becoming one of those players that you do not want to gamble against because he can take it to the house at any time. And, we say that about players like Felix Jones, who's obviously a threat to take it to the house anytime. Randy Moss, Dante Hall back in the day, Devin Hester a couple years ago, but Chris Johnson, I've never seen a player be as big of a home run threat as Chris Johnson. You can say what you want about anyone else, but Chris Johnson, yeah, it doesn't get any better than him. And, obviously Buffalo's not good. It was pretty obvious that they weren't going to win this one, but and the score is a little deceiving because Tennessee got like 2 straight pick sixes at the end to pad the score, but it is what it is, and stay away from this Titans team for the rest of the year. They might still be bad. They might be breaking into their stride. I don't know, but we should wait to see. Sorry, I had to go take care of something. Moving on, Broncos Redskins. If you didn't see this game, I would recommend watching at least parts of it to understand how big of a dump Chris Sims took in this game. They needed so little from him. They needed very little from him, and he couldn't deliver. It was one of the biggest dumps this year. Obviously, I thought the game was looking good early on. The Redskins, one of their touchdowns was kind of freaky, although Washington, I thought, moved the ball pretty well on Denver, and it has me wondering how good the Denver defense is. And Denver was making big plays. They were moving down the field. Hainsworth went out late in the game. Everything looking good, and then Orton tweaks his ankle. I don't know how long he's going to be out. Hopefully he's ready for San Diego, but it's looking like that may not be the case. And Chris Sims, all they need from him, he gave them a 0. They needed like a 1 from him, and he gave them a 0. His interception to, I think it was D'Angelo Hall, but I'm not sure, was horrible. It was a duck. It was like 15 yards off. There were 3 guys waiting to pick it off. I don't know. But, you know what? Washington's offense moved the ball well. And I think in that aspect, they deserve this win. I'm not ready to give up on Denver yet. I'm not ready to give up on teams like the Broncos and the Giants quite yet. I'm going to hang with them for a little longer, but they needed so little from Chris Sims to win this game, and he couldn't even give them that. And it does make you worry a little bit. Rams and Saints, it seems like this Saints team is preparing themselves to drop one finally. They're still 9-0, they're winning, and that's awesome. They're taking care of business, but they're not blowing teams out anymore. Every week they look a little worse, and it's possible they just don't want to show anybody the playbook until they have to, but it looks like they're prepping up for maybe a loss to New England, maybe even a loss to the Bucks next week, although I seriously doubt that. Maybe they drop the second game against Atlanta, but it feels like it's coming. They seem to be it seems like the streak of winning is wearing on them. And, in respect to this game, Breeze threw a bad pick, I think it was. Marcus Colston had a fumble at the 1. So, really, this game, under normal circumstances, would have been ugly. But, the Rams kept it close. They deserve that. And, of course, Jackson had a big game.